On December 5, 1872, the crew of the Dei Grazia spotted a ship adrift in the cold Atlantic waters, 400 miles east of the Azores. Its sails were set, its hull intact, and yet it was completely deserted. This was the Mary Celeste, a ship whose crew had vanished without a trace. Over a century later, the fate of the Mary Celeste remains one of the most chilling and enduring maritime mysteries of all time. What really happened aboard this ill-fated vessel? Let's dive into the haunting tale of the Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste began her fateful voyage on November 7, 1872. She set sail from New York City, bound for Genoa, Italy, carrying a cargo of 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol. Commanding the ship was Captain Benjamin Briggs, a devout and experienced sailor. He was joined by his wife, Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia, and a crew of 7 hand-picked men. By all accounts, the Mary Celeste was well provisioned for the journey, with 6 months' worth of food and water aboard. But the journey was far from smooth. The ship encountered heavy weather as it neared the Azores, and the last entry in the ship's log dated November 25, 1872. Placed the Mary Celeste about 6 miles off the coast of Santa Maria Island. What happened after that remains a mystery. 10 days later, the ship was discovered, abandoned but still seaworthy. When Captain David Morehouse of the Dei Grazia spotted the Mary Celeste adrift, he knew something was wrong. The ship should have already reached Genoa, and yet here it was, aimlessly drifting in the Atlantic. Morehouse ordered his first mate, Oliver Deveau, to investigate. As Deveau and his men boarded the Mary Celeste, they were struck by an eerie silence. Below deck, they found the ship in a strange state of disarray. The ship's log was intact, but the charts had been tossed about. The cargo of industrial alcohol was untouched, except for 9 barrels that were mysteriously empty. The crew's personal belongings, along with the captain's wife's clothing and their child's toys, were still in place. There was no sign of violence, no bloodstains, and no indications of a struggle. The only clues to the crew's disappearance were a missing lifeboat, a disassembled pump, and 3 feet of water sloshing in the hold. Not enough to cause panic for a seasoned captain like Briggs. What could have led an experienced crew to abandon a perfectly seaworthy vessel? The discovery of the Mary Celeste sparked a wave of speculation. Over the years, countless theories have been proposed to explain the crew's disappearance. Let's explore some of the most compelling possibilities. One of the most widely accepted theories involves natural phenomena. Some experts suggest that a waterspout or rogue wave might have swept over the ship, causing the crew to abandon it in fear. These sudden and violent waves, often unpredictable and towering, could have struck without warning. Or perhaps Captain Briggs misjudged the situation, believing the ship was sinking due to water in the hold. Adding weight to this theory is the disassembled pump found on board. If the pump had malfunctioned or was damaged, Briggs might have struggled to gauge how much water the ship was actually taking on. A faulty reading could have led him to panic, ordering the crew into the lifeboat, only for them to meet a tragic end at sea. Another plausible explanation centers on the cargo itself. The Mary Celeste was carrying over 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol, 9 of which were later found empty. Some researchers believe that leaking fumes from these barrels might have caused an explosion or the threat of one. Although no scorch marks were found, the crew might have feared the worst, an imminent explosion. This theory explains why the lifeboat was missing and why there were no signs of a struggle or bloodshed. It suggests the crew panicked, abandoning ship in a hasty attempt to escape what they believed to be a catastrophic danger. But here's the question. Why would the crew not return once they realized the ship wasn't actually in danger? Could it have been foul play? Was there a mutiny among the crew? Or perhaps pirates attacked the ship. The salvage hearing in Gibraltar investigated these possibilities, but found no evidence of violence, no signs of struggle, and no missing cargo. Some even speculated that the Dei Gratia crew might have staged the abandonment to claim the salvage reward. But this theory was dismissed largely due to the integrity of Captain Morehouse, whose reputation was respected throughout the maritime community. Still, the idea of human betrayal lingers in the minds of some. And then there are the more fantastical theories. Could the Mary Celeste have fallen victim to sea monsters? Some have suggested that a giant squid attacked the ship, dragging the crew to their doom in a violent, watery abyss. Others propose that the ship was the victim of supernatural forces or even alien abduction. These ideas, though captivating, remain firmly in the realm of imagination. While these theories are compelling in their own right, they lack any tangible evidence. The truth, it seems, lies somewhere in between the plausible and the unimaginable. After her mysterious abandonment, the Mary Celeste was salvaged and returned to service. However, the ship's reputation as a cursed vessel followed her wherever she went. She changed owners several times, each one struggling to make use of her. In 1885, her final captain deliberately ran her aground off the coast of Haiti in an attempt to commit insurance fraud. The plan failed, and the Mary Celeste was left to rot on the reef, her bones a ghostly reminder of the mystery that still clings to her name. The fate of the Mary Celeste remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the sea. Why would an experienced captain and his crew abandon a perfectly seaworthy ship? Was it a natural disaster, human error, or something far more sinister? Over a century later, we are no closer to the truth. Perhaps the allure of the Mary Celeste lies in the questions it leaves unanswered, a reminder of how much we still don't know about the vast, unpredictable ocean. What do you think happened aboard the Mary Celeste?
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into one of the most greatest mysteries. If you've enjoyed this journey, share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.